Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome
What's
to
happening?
on Friday. We got me, myself, and my brother from the Fat Chachela Show.
What's up? It is Jay, Big Unc, from the Fat Tatcha Show, coming to you live on Firearm Friday with my brother from another mother, Ron, from Ron's Opinion Don't Matter.
Oh, yeah.
Even though his opinion matters.
Sometimes. But anyway, y'all, we thank y'all for joining the show. Thank y'all we appreciate it very, very much. We also thank y'all for, hitting that like button. We thank y'all for hitting that subscribe button. You know what I mean? And we thank y'all for joining the show. We appreciate it very, very much. Real talk. I'm trying to get to your channel, Jay.
Uh-oh.
On my am I on the right one here?
All right. It should be up. I see a green check mark. This should be flowing lovely. I know yours is.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get to your show, your channel, so I can watch. I can see it from that side, but for some reason, well, let me jump out.
No, I don't jump out. You stay right where you at. No.
No, I'm not talking about on here. I'm talking about on my other my tablet. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We appreciate y'all.
Right. How is it we say the replay is always the better one anyway?
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'll go back. I was trying to get it over there, but it's cool. How y'all doing? Welcome to Firearm Friday, where we talk about all things firearm related. We try to anyway, because sometimes we get sidetracked.
Like two old men always do, get sidetracked instead of staying on topic.
So anyway, hopefully y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. We thank y'all. We really, really do. Before we started the show, I threw something out at my brother Jay, and related to someone making a crazy comment about firearms hunting. And you know what? I'm trying to think. Maybe we should pull up the video.
Sure, let's yank it up. You want me to hunt it down?
Yeah, if you go to my channel, and it should be a short.
All right, hold on. Let me
It's gonna be a short that look like that. With the genius on there. She's so smart and intelligent.
You remember the title you gave it?
Yeah, it's when you're definitely clueless about firearms. But you're gonna see Jasmine Crockett she got some earmuffs on there. It's a short that we have on there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got it. Actually, right. she got her earbuds on.
Yeah. That's it. But yeah.
Where it
go? It's hiding from you. She trying not to be seen.
She's trying not to be seen. Hold on, let me get rid of that boy.
Yeah.
Why is it showing those others?
Because I've heard the View say the same stupid statement.
Right. I got it now.
All right. I've heard them make the same stupid statement. It's like, what in the world are y'all talking about? Y'all clueless. Y'all have no idea what y'all talking about. But
I also gotta get a new freaking bulb. This thing keeps going out on me. I don't like that. All
I
right.
think y'all. Hold on 1 second.
All right. We ready.
All right, we ready.
And go.
These children is on the hands of the Republicans in the state of Texas, period. No question about it. But an AR-15, which we know, you're not doing any real hunting. If you're a real hunter, let me be clear for those that don't understand, you're not hunting. It will destroy your meat, okay? There is no reason for this. And so, honestly, just like what we saw over the summer where we had to go to the federal level to seek some protection as it relates to how rogue the Republicans were acting in the state of Texas, it's the same thing. We need protections. We need an assault ban, period, on the federal level.
I mean, that clip is nothing new. It's the same thing you hear from every Democrat after every single tragedy. They will never miss an opportunity to use such things to push their agenda.
That was good enough. Now, there's a whole lot done packed in that short video, but the biggest one is the hunting with the AR-15 that's going to destroy your meat.
Right.
Now, if anybody was to just go watch, all you had to do is Google people hunting with an AR-15. And I guarantee you ain't going to find no destroyed meat.
Right,
but,
right.
And again, is these type of people always trying to make an argument. And my thing is this: before you make an argument, is you should first educate yourself on firearms. What's up, Dr. Samuel?
Dr. Samuel.
Yeah. First thing you need to do is educate yourself on firearms. First of all, AR-15 is just a gun. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome, man. And yes, he does. AR-15s are firearms that is chambered in different chambers. I mean, as far as ammunition, the most popular gun we're gonna go with is probably AR-15 5.56, chambered in 5.56.
Right, 5.56. That's correct.
Okay, so you can get a 5.56 that's not an AR-15.
This is also true.
So if you go buy a rifle, a different type of rifle that's not an AR-15 design style rifle, and you shoot a deer, it's still going to be the same bullet shooting the deer.
This is also true.
So my point is, how can you argue with Republicans or anybody for that matter if you really don't know anything about hunting, and you don't know anything about deers, and you definitely don't know anything about firearms, but yet you're trying to argue with a group of people and you're clueless on the subject? Now, here's the other part that if people don't pay attention. She said AR-15s, and then she said assault rifles, right? Because these dumb fools keep thinking AR means assault rifle, which it doesn't. Has nothing to do with it. So it's like, for some reason, they think it means automatic rifle.
Right.
It doesn't. All AR is the company that designed the AR-15 Airlight. I forget the name of it. I forget the name of them, but it has nothing to do with automatic rifles. Zero. So it's two subjects, two things that she keeps mentioning, that she mentioned that she had clueless about. Number one, you're not, listen, unless you're going to go get a hand grenade and shove it up the deer's butt.
Yeah.
And even that, all you're going to have is some separated meat.
Right.
You're not going to totally destroy all of the meat. Where in the world did she get the idea that if you shoot a deer with an AR-15, that the meat is going to get destroyed?
It's called stupidity. That's all it is.
Oh my goodness! The level of ignorance is unbelievable, and this is people. This is the type of people that somebody literally went to the poll and voted for.
Right.
Voted. Name it. Here's the thing: in Texas, of all places,
right?
Of all places, they did it in Texas. It don't even make logical sense that people in Texas is one of the most gun-toting people in the world would vote for somebody that in Texas that has clueless about firearms.
Right.
That is
Right.
supposed to be, in my opinion, that's a given in Texas. That is the one thing you should know in Texas if you don't know anything else. I think you should know more about firearms than you know how to read.
This is true. I'll agree to that.
If you in Texas. But that's just my
In
opinion.
Texas, right. This is
But it's
true. I'll
crazy.
agree with that. Well, let's look at what actually is going, because that's a statement. Excuse me. That's a statement that's been said for many years, that the AR weapons or the assault weapons or the rifles are destroying the meat used for mass killings. Excuse me, for that reason. And from what I recall, the reason why they do that is because they want to put a ban on those firearms, those weapons, because they find them to believe that anybody can get them. And of course, it comes back to the laws, as we spoke in our last segment. The laws are created to hinder the
law-abiding.
Oh, okay. The laws are created to hinder the law-abiding citizen. Yet rifles, which is what the concept is, what we really have to understand, a rifle is the right to actually have it is much more easier to obtain. Right. So they're trying to stop that ability to obtain it towards just anyone. And apparently what's happening is that they don't really understand what they're talking about. So that's why it's such a misconception. And just to piggyback off of one thing that you had said, and that let's let our viewers know what truly AR stands for, okay? Like you said a moment ago, they want to say it's an assault rifle. That's not what it actually is. And I agree with you, it's not. But just in case, for those that don't know, let's just put some clarity behind it. AR refers to Armor Light Rifle, which is ARMALITE rifle. Okay, that's what it means, because the letters come from Armor Light, the original manufacturer of the rifle design. So, like you said a moment ago, and I concurred, that people really just don't know. Okay, and when they don't know, they're gonna regurgitate information that they don't know. Right. So when someone hears the word or the term AR, AR-15, AR that, whatever, you have to look at the manufacturer that created that design. Mm-hmm. That's where the name comes from. It's just like GM, General Motors. You have your Yukon, you have your GMC, you have your Cadillac, you have all these vehicles under the umbrella of GM, which is General Motors. But you don't go and say, listen, I want a General Motors Tahoe. No, you don't say it. You say you want a Chevy Tahoe. You don't go and buy a Cadillac and say, I want a General Motors Cadillac. No, you go say, so it's the same thing. So first we have to understand why people are so stupid. And this basically is it. People are stupid, and they want to sound intelligent, but they're not able to sound intelligent because they're regurgitating information. Right. So when you turn around and say, oh, we want to stop the ARs because you're going to destroy your meat, the first thing you have to understand is, okay, you take one shot. If you're going after a deer, you want to take one shot. Right. Because if you take multiple shots, 9 out of 10, that deer is going to jump off anyway. And it's going to run away. Or you're going to scare all the other ones away, which is now, if you're hunting with somebody else, they're not going to catch anything. They're not going to be able to get anything. Because all those extra bullets you done spent now chased off the herd. So that's the other thing. And then, of course, the most important thing is that if she's talking about trying to get rid of an assault weapon because it's an assault rifle, like she called it, then the first thing she needs to do is, okay, well, then why don't we just minimize the actual magazines that go into the blickety blitz that a lot of people are running around with, that they just that more sounds like you want to destroy the meat that you're hunting, but they're not doing that. So why only go after the rifles? Because it's easier. It's easier to try to hold the law to a specific style of weapon versus the weapon that actually is doing the killings on many streets, because those things can be hidden. I would like for her to actually try and hide an AR-15. How she hides the AR-15, I don't know. Right.
I mean, they got short barrel ones, but they still
they have short barrels and they have foldable stocks.
right.
We know that, but yet still, you're still talking about 14, 15, maybe 16
Yeah, you're
inches.
still talking about a large piece of item that try to hide or conceal or whatever. They ain't the easiest thing to conceal. Basically, they're not the easiest thing to conceal.
They're not.
But for people, my thing is when you make a statement like that, right? And you're a politician. I understand this. You are a politician. Now, don't get me wrong. Politicians aren't bright people. I just let them. Let me make this clear. They're not bright people. They're not the smartest people. Not by any means. So just because someone's a politician is not an indication that they know what they're doing or what they're talking about.
They're stupid.
And by far, don't know. Now, most politicians are in office because they was smart enough they wasn't smart enough, but they sounded good enough to people that's stupid enough to believe what they say and vote for them.
There you go. There you go. They were smart enough to talk to the more stupid people to make them believe that they were the clowns to make them put in office so they can actually make some money off of the clowns, because the clown need to be a clown. You ever heard the term ringleader?
Right.
That's what it is. It's a circus. The ringleader is the politician because he or she knows how to connive the people into believing that they know what they're doing. What happens when you go to a circus? You go to a circus, you see a ringleader. The ringleader then brings out all the crowds and brings everybody together and starts showing them things. And they believe that the ringleader knows what's going on.
They know the average person.
Name is not the name of the circus.
Right. They know the average person is not going to go do real research.
Of course not.
They're going to hear what comes out of their mouth and assume because they're a politician that they know what they're talking about.
This is
all right. So she made a statement, and already we done debunked the vast majority of what she said. Number one, it won't destroy a deer.
Nope.
At all. Won't. And here's a point back to what you were saying about the hunting. And this is where I know she don't know anything about hunting. Now, I've never been hunting before in my life, but I do watch hunting shows all the time.
Right.
So for people that do understand there's something about hunting and when you're hunting a deer, most of the time they don't realize, first of all, you got to be quiet as a mouse.
This is true.
You got to put all this stuff on and try to keep you from smelling. Hopefully the wind don't go the wrong way because the deer going to take off.
That's
then
right.
They don't just shoot a deer. They wait for the deer to position itself in a way so they can make a kill shot.
That's right.
To make sure that when they shoot that deer, if the deer might not go down right where they are, but the deer is not going to go very far from where they actually shot the deer, because they're going to follow the blood trail, and then they're going to see where the deer at. Here's the other thing. If you ever watch people hunting, they love to hunt. They definitely do not want to hit that deer anywhere other than where they want to. They will turn down not shooting. So you know what? I didn't get a good enough shot. And if they ever hit the deer somewhere else, they doing the emotional because they don't want the deer to suffer. They want the deer to put down fast enough.
Yep.
So my thing is this. Yeah, if you hunting, of course. If you only going to use one bullet, if you're hunting.
That's right. One bullet, one kill. Yep.
Right. So how in the world are you going to destroy a deer with one bullet? I don't care if you got a 50 caliber BMG rifle. You just going to put a bigger hole in the deer.
This is true.
Now listen, I am not in by no means telling somebody to hunt with a 50 caliber rifle, because that is not a good thing to be hunting with.
That
because
is not a good thing.
It just
the noise alone is going to make it run.
You don't want that. Yeah. But my point is that when you make an ignorant statement like that, you don't know what an automatic rifle. Most people, civilians, don't even have automatic ARs. They all got semi-automatic.
That's right too.
One trigger pull, one bullet at a time.
That's right.
One trigger pull, one bullet at a time. That's it.
That's right.
So for them to just sit there and say automatic weapons, if you look at the vast majority of AR-15s, which is by far the most popular gun in America, most people, by and large, have semi-automatics.
This is true. I mean, let's. I mean, this may sound wrong, but let's look at something for a moment.
Go ahead.
If we look at every pilot, okay, let's look at people who have been unalived by shooters with rifles. Okay. Let's go with that. Most recently,
What's
What
up,
up,
Bagger
Devil
Rocks?
Dog? Dog's
I just
always
want
a
to say,
pleasure.
what's up, Charles Armstrong? God bless you, Ryan. All the people in the chat. Please
Bagger
hit the like
Rocks,
button.
what's up?
Please hit the
Always good to
subscribe
see
button.
you.
We appreciate
Yeah.
y'all. But yeah, go ahead, Jay.
If we look at the people who were recently unalived, and of course in the past, okay, they all were taken out or unalived by a rifle, and the rifle was one shot. So we look at Kennedy. Kennedy was one shot.
Right.
We look at almost every other person. It's been one shot. Even the most recent person that was unalived was one shot.
Right.
There's a reason why a rifle is one shot, because the one shot, one kill rule.
Right.
So destroying the meat does not make sense. Okay. And that's because they don't understand what it is. Because even with an AK-47,
right,
you're still not going to dispense the whole magazine by hunting. There's only one shot, because 9 out of 10, you want to hit the deer in the shoulder.
right.
Okay. That's the shoulder's where it wants to be hit, the shoulder, because you want the animal to fall down and not able to run away anymore.
Right.
Because it's all about trying to hunt the deer, kill the deer decency enough, because of course if the deer is stressed out, matter of fact, any livestock that is stressed out, poison, the blood becomes poison when you kill it, which then goes into the muscle, which then of course that's the meat that you're eating, which now you get sick because you're not supposed to eat the meat that's poisoned blood from the stressed animal. Right. That's why a lot of people don't know about that. You're supposed to have a kill in a hunt. You're supposed to have a neutral kill, or a what they consider a health kill, a healthy kill, because you don't want the animal to be stressed out.
Right.
Okay. Now, when we talk about Jasmine Crockett and every other politician that said that they got to put a ban on rifles, they always this, and I believe inside the short, the guy who originally made the video or was talking about, the guy with the glasses came on, he said they always do that after some type of event. Right. And it's absolutely true.
Because they want to make it look bigger than what it is.
Exactly. Because if you were really concerned about that, you would have started it in the beginning of the year. Anytime that you had a politicians meeting, anytime you had to go out and get somebody to give you some more money for your campaign, that's when you're supposed to talk about it. Don't talk about it when there's an incident.
Well, they learned that from Al Sharpton.
Wow.
The race baiter.
I'm not even going to touch that one.
But, again, it's like they have the same strategy of take something. Now, don't get me wrong. Shooting somebody, killing somebody is not a small issue. And when I say small issue, is that what they do is they take that incident and they try to make it look like it's happening everywhere, all the time.
Right.
It's so dangerous. Why? Because they know that the average individual is not going to educate themselves on firearms and what really happened. Here's my thing about this is that if you go look up murders by AR-15s and look at murders by handguns, not a very big difference.
No, it's not.
But you never hear them going after the handgun.
This is also true.
They always go after AR-15. Here's the thing. Then if you take the AR-15, meaning how many people have been killed or murdered by a fully automatic rifle compared to semi-automatic rifle or a semi-automatic handgun as opposed to a fully automatic. My thing is this. When you start to look at those numbers individually, you're going to be like, wait a minute.
Well, if you look at it like that, then look at every other weapon that's been out there: knives, baseball bats, cars, trucks.
Right. Come on. I make a joke about it, but I guarantee you, if you go look at how many people die by way of fist, compared to how many people die by the way of firearms, you're gonna find out maybe we need to ban fists.
Or feet.
Or
feet.
Because
I know for sure several months ago a husband and wife were jumped in I think it was Vegas, and they were stomped on, or Chicago, I think, one of those two places, and they were stomped on by a bunch of people, put the wife in a coma,
Wow.
And the husband was almost dead as well until they resuscitated him on the scene. So you got some points there. You know, you got some points there. It's just unfortunate that society and politicians prefer to regurgitate information and make themselves sound smart, because they really, like we said, they're not smart, they're stupid. Because this time, with this age era, the access to the internet is within seconds. The moment you decided to go onto a podium and speak, your writer, your public speaker, whoever it is that put the information together for you to talk, should have said, excuse me, according to such and such, you shouldn't be saying that. Okay? So that's yeah, I am gay. Because your mama forgot to teach you that gay means you're happy. So go take your stupid ass, we're talking about stupid people. Welcome. I appreciate the stupid ass that you are. Because you don't understand what gay means. Gay means happy, you dumb flubber.
Just so y'all know, Jay don't like stupid people.
I don't like stupid people. I really don't like stupid. I don't like stupid people, and I don't like people who take handouts. It just boils my blood. So it's amazing how people have education, go to school, spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go to school, and come back being more stupid than when they went into school.
Stupid and broke.
This I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So we come back to Firearm Friday. Now we done beat up the politicians for being stupid. But she's always been stupid. Ever since she got into her seat, she's been stupid. Everything that comes out of her mouth, you gotta sit there and be like, did this bitch just really say what she said? Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Did this bitch really say what she said? Yeah, I said it. Because she's a biss. BISS. She's a biss. Because she doesn't know what she's talking about.
And you still got people that will campaign for her.
And that makes them more what? More stupid people.
More. Right.
And why? And here comes the oldest statement in world record. Okay, I don't care who it is, where they at. They all heard the same thing. Monkey see, monkey do.
Yep.
So here she's a freaking monkey talking, and a whole bunch of other monkeys are following her because they believe that she's saying the truth. So monkey see, monkey do. Bottom line. Yeah,
she really don't have a clue what she's talking about. And listen, like I said before, I know we get ready to go on to another subject and get off of her, but it doesn't, when you hunting, and like I said, you talk about somebody who watch a lot of hunting shows. I watch hunting 20 anytime I get a chance to, I'm sitting there watching them.
Right.
And if you ever look at the people that hunt, and I'm not just talking about deer, I'm just talking about in general, they have a whole lot of respect for the animal.
You have to.
They have a whole lot of respect for the animal. And they're extremely appreciative when they do take one and they put it down the right way, because they want your hope is that you hit him in the right spot, that the animal fall right there immediately. There is moments where the animal is going to get to run a few yards and then eventually collapse again.
Right.
You can't help all of that, but that's where your choice of once you and listen, I've seen where hunters made a mistake and hit the deer somewhere they did not want to hit. And I watched them get almost emotional because that's not what they wanted to do. It can happen, though. It's going to happen, and it can happen. No matter how good of a shooter you are, you're going to have moments like that.
Right.
But again, until you understand it, but on the flip side of it is this. When they start talking about banning automatic weapons, that's never going to affect the criminals.
It's not.
It's only going to affect, and Jay says this a lot, the law-abiding citizens.
Yeah.
It has zero effect on people that are unlawful. Why? Yeah. Because they're not going to be concerned about what your rules are.
That's
what that ends up doing is all it does is put everyday lawful-minded citizens, it just shoves them in more harm's way against the criminals.
That's right.
And the case in point to that, before we get off this subject, because the case in point to that, if you pull up at a gas station, this is one example I try to give people. Let's just say I'm limited because I'm following the law, I got 6 rounds in my firearm.
Right.
Because the law say you should only have a clip that only holds 6 rounds.
Right.
But then some 3 knuckleheads show up because they want to take whatever it is that I have, and they show up with firearms that got 30 rounds in each one of their magazines.
Right.
Now I'm face down. I'm staring down the face of 90 rounds of ammunition.
Yep. 70 plus bullets. Yep.
Right. And all I got is 6 rounds. That law put me in that predicament.
This is also
because
true.
I chose to follow that law, and then the politicians chose to write them laws to limit my ability to defend myself from the criminal aspect. Now, I never argue about the criminal. You know that, Jay. I stick to the government stuff, not the criminal stuff. But again, let's just look at it from a tyranny perspective. Do you think that the government, if they decide to go tyrannical, they're going to show up with 6 shooters?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So why should I be limited to what I can have when you guys have, even what I have, it still ain't going to be compared to what y'all going to show up with?
Of course not.
But at least I should have access to the same things, the best weapons possible, if my money can buy it. Because I don't know what y'all going to show. Y'all going to show up with tanks and stuff.
This is also true. They will show up with tanks.
I want a tank. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna mess your head up in a couple of days. I'm gonna take a picture with something. You're gonna freak out.
But you know, again, that's why when you start listening to these people talk, just if you really start to cipher through a lot of these idiots and they stuff that come out of their mouth, you're gonna find out they don't know what they're talking about. But they know the vast majority of people. If you scream hollering, so this gun's the most dangerous gun, and the average person never go research or anything. My thing is this: why we don't ban cars? Look at all the people that have been ran over by cars.
Right.
Look how many people have been pulled over for drunk driving.
Yeah.
And killed other people from drunk driving. But yet we still haven't banned cars.
No. You know,
because it's not the car's fault.
It's not. I would really. I'm curious, and I'll probably have it for next segment. The amount of casualties with drunk drivers versus the amount of people who've been unalived by a rifle.
Yeah, well, you would probably have to do accidental death with rifles because technically speaking, a drunk driver is considered an accident, not intentional. But we can. You know what I'm saying?
I like the way you said that, but unfortunately,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like, all right. So it would be more considered. Here's the thing: I wouldn't even care. We might well just do we can still compare oppa to oppas, but if you do it compared to how many people been unalive from somebody driving drunk and creates an accident compared to how many people been unalive by accidental firearms going off. But then we can also compare it to how many people have actually been unalive by a firearm altogether compared to how many people been unalive by a drunk driver, and see how in comparison that is.
Or make it even more simplified. How many you want to use the word accidental? How many accidental shootings between the ages of 5 and 50? And the reason why I chose 5 is because in the news we keep hearing how children accidentally set off a firearm. They've got their hands on it, and one of them lost their lives. That's the unfortunate side. But they call it accidental. So that comes back to my point of why would it be considered accidental? Or because they didn't know what they were doing? Versus a person that's behind the wheel drunk. That they knew that they were drunk and they chose to get behind the wheel?
Right.
So how was that accidental?
We should be banning cars.
I agree. This is where the conundrum lies. So now let's move on.
Go ahead.
Because we could keep rolling down that tree right there. Yeah, because that's a whole lot of content there.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. As we saw last week, we saw all those weapons that person had, that she was firing.
Right.
Now, when we look at the firearm concept. You had made a statement about the shotgun, okay? And you and I and we both agreed that the shotgun was a really beautiful shotgun with the snub nose, the shorty
Right.
shotgun. And I think you had mentioned that. Matter of fact, I think I still got that picture. Let me see if I got that picture. Hold on. I want to see if I have that picture so we can talk about it correctly. Because you had mentioned something that'd be a very good weapon to have in the house, as opposed to your traditional shotgun. So my question to you would be this. Oh, it didn't come up. What the hell? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My question to you would be this. Why would you feel that this style of shotgun would be a better home protector versus your traditional shotgun with a 10, 12, or 32-inch barrel?
Well, the one reason for me is, and it probably doesn't matter in every home, but when you start talking about navigating through a house in close quarters, small rooms, hallways, like in the city of, let's say the city of Philadelphia, we got row homes. And I'm quite sure New York has a lot of row homes too. So you know that in the hallways, it can be a very narrow space. And well, my look at that is that we know shotguns, even though they can go through stuff, they don't have the tendency to just keep traveling forever.
Okay.
Right. So, but I just think that navigating through a house is more closer to almost having a handgun, but the power of a shotgun. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. And the reason why I took it off is because on the vertical, you don't see my face. I get put right behind all the verbiage, all the comments. Now, here's a good question now. As we both know how powerful a shotgun can be.
Right.
And a shorty, I'm gonna call that shotgun a shorty, the one that we just saw on the screen. A shorty versus the traditional shotgun. I can say this: a shorty would be much more dangerous for the person that has it in their hands versus the person that they're trying to either A, intimidate, or B, shoot. Because that kickback is gonna literally knock them off their socks. That's first and foremost. And of course, the adrenaline is running. They're not going to be prepared for that. That's one of the reasons why the breech shotgun is not considered a good home defense weapon, because it's also short. It's short because it has a pistol grip on it, and it has a very short stock on it. So when you cut half that stock off, and now you have a limited, you're talking about maybe about 24 inches of shotgun. That burst that comes out is really going to knock somebody a little awkward versus what they're doing. That's why many years ago, when they had the term the sawed-off shotgun, the sawed-off double barrel shotgun, okay, which was used by many people during the Prohibition, they would only utilize for close quarters, and they would only use the two shots to take out what's directly in front of them.
Right.
So when you talk about doing a drill or a home protection, like you said a moment ago, a row house, again, we got to talk about the actual shell. If it's 450 grain, 550 grain, whatever the grain is plus the slug, you got to remember all those little pellets are going to spurt out.
Right.
So it's going to hit almost anything that's in that trajectory of that hallway, which, of course, if there's somebody there, is going to work.
Right.
But if you have you have your home now, or you have an apartment, or preferably a home, not an apartment, where you have different directions to face, I don't foresee a shotgun that's small like that beneficial.
Yeah, I honestly, I agree with you with that. I was just only looking at it from narrow, close quarters situation where navigating through your home. And if I feel like if you're in house that has a whole lot of space and you don't have a lot of that type of stuff, then you probably would go to a more traditional shotgun. Now, let me ask you another. I mean, since we're on the subject of shotgun,
Go for it.
bird, slug, or buck?
Buck. Hands down, 10 toes to the ground, buck.
Just had to ask.
Look, I know what 650 grand with a buckshot. I want to make sure ain't nothing getting up.
Right.
Real simple.
Yeah.
Because you
bird
gotta
is not for that.
No,
Bird.
it's not. A bird is used for clay shooting, honestly.
Mm.
Because you want to try to hit that clay when it's flying through. You want to hit it with as many pellets as you can, and try to knock it out of the park. But no, no. Now let me ask you this question. Let's talk about handguns. If we had to choose between a 9mm Glock versus a Smith & Wesson 380 versus a Smith & Wesson 8-inch barrel 357, which would you prefer? I gave you some good ones.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can scratch the Glock. That was an easy one. I probably would take the 380, the Smith & Wesson 380.
Okay.
Just for control aspects of it.
Okay.
Like if it's self-defense and control, I would take the 380 just to have, because I know I'm gonna have more control over it.
Right.
That'd probably be it. But the Glock, I'm just not a fan of Glocks.
I second that, and I'm with you. The Glocks. I mean, no matter how much they continue to try to say that they're beneficial, they're really not. They still to this day. Yeah, it's on my end.
Oh, okay.
It's on my end. We got a little smoke going. Got to feed. It ain't too bad. Had to bring the fire.
About to eat something good.
We had to bring the fire pit on the inside of the house.
Hey man, as hungry as I'm hungry right now, but
we got a couple minutes.
Huh?
We got a couple minutes.
No. We good. I'm not. It's gonna take me too long to get down there anyway. Too far.
By the time you get down here, it'll be nothing but bone.
Man.
I don't wait. Fat guys don't wait, man.
I already know. By the time I get there, I'll be just in time for breakfast.
I'll show you what it looked like when it started, and then I'm gonna show you what it looked like at the end. And I bet, well, you had to be here on time. Yeah. Well, I agree with you with the Glock. I don't like Glocks at all myself.
Yeah.
I would take actually a 1911 M45 versus a Glock any stinking day.
I don't like when the first time I saw a Glock. I don't own no Glocks. When the first time I saw when I took it apart, I was just like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I didn't like it myself. The first time I had a Glock in my hand and that thing the spring broke, that really pissed me off. And we was at the range, okay? And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I think Glocks are overrated.
They totally are.
I think they're overrated.
Totally are. Now, what's also interesting on something else, have y'all ever seen an RPG in person? Yes.
Not me.
I have. And it's, I mean,
I probably have when I was at the gun show.
About this? You're looking at a mini torpedo. What they like? That's all it is. Was it scary? Absolutely not. No. What's more scarier, believe it or not, I'll tell you like this. What's more scarier for anyone that has had the privilege to be in the presence of an RPG, what's more scarier is not knowing where the IED is at. That's the scary part. Okay, that's more the scary part. Because if you can see the weapon, you have a much more better sense of how to protect yourself and what to do. Versus an IED, you don't see it, you don't know where it's at. So you have to be, more scared about that. Okay. And plus, with an RPG, you might have a chance to hit the person or shoot the person because, of course, they may or may not know what kind of power is behind it. But if they do, then, you got to be ready for it. If we had to talk about 6 shooters, what would be, I know, or rather, let me rephrase this. I remember that you're a big fan of Smith & Wesson. Now, is there any other 6-shooter company that you would feel comfortable with?
Ruger.
Okay.
Only because I got stock in them.
Okay.
No, actually,
outside of stocks.
No. All right. Here's the thing. I have a Ruger. It's not a 6-shooter, but I do have a Ruger pistol.
Okay.
That is my actual first 9mm. Actually, the first firearm that I bought, and I love it.
Okay.
Okay. And that's my first handgun I ever bought. I have a Ruger American. If you're not, I don't know if you ever seen it before, but I have a Ruger American, and that is the first firearm I ever bought. And I like it. And I mean, I ended up with Smith & Wesson too out for that because I wanted something a little smaller for carry wise.
Okay.
But that's my first baby.
Well, I gotta say that Heckler & Koch has impressed me immensely when it comes to handguns.
No, okay.
Heckler &
I've
Koch.
never heard of them.
HK.
Never heard of them.
What?
Huh? I
What?
never heard of them.
How? What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stop.
This serious.
I gotta show you this one. I know I can show it to you. I know. But it's quite surprising that you don't know.
See, I like it now. This part I like. I'm getting educated. Somebody tell me something. When it comes to firearms or something I don't know, I'll be happy. I'm about to learn something.
Okay. Hold on. Let me show you the one. Let me show you the one that is very dear. Very dear. Very dear. Close to home. Cause I know this way we can't get in trouble.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Honestly, it looks very close to my Ruger American. Kid you not. If you was to pull up the Ruger American, and it's very similar to this.
Okay, let me see.
It ain't that. Honestly, they ain't a whole lot different. There's some changes, but 9mm Ruger American is not. The design is very similar. I like that though. Same. The Ruger American has a similar trigger. Yeah.
This is gonna be a stupid question because it's showing me 3 different kinds. So either compact, competition, or duty.
It wasn't a compact. The one that I got has the interchangeable grip. So it might be. It should show one that has 3 different grips to it.
All right, we're gonna go with competition then.
It was probably the competition.
So this one. Hold on. Oh damn. Yeah, I got a little happy there.
Now you good.
There you go.
All right. That's a newer model. Mine's a little bit different than that.
Okay. Okay.
This right here is not there. So it's definitely in competition because everything else looks the same except for that front.
Okay. Then let's check the duty. How's that?
Bingo.
So you have
So
the
if you
duty.
look- yeah, so if you look at the trigger, they're similar. If you look at that, they're
Right.
similar.
Right.
So that's why I said it's very. The one that you showed me is not. They're not exact, of course, but they're very similar. In
They're very
style.
similar. Yeah. Yeah.
Now this
They're very,
handle
very
on
similar.
mine, the handle on this one is interchangeable. So they give you 3 different handles based on your hand grip size. Like there's one that's a little
Right.
bulkier, one that's a little bit bulkier, one is smaller. So if
Right.
your hand ain't that big, you can take that back piece off and put a smaller one on there, a larger one on it. It was a pretty good gun. I was happy with it.
Right. Well, that would have to be a competition against the one that I like most, the Ray
But I
Deer.
like the way the one you was talking about. I like it.
I've dealt with this. This model and company for some time now.
Where they made? Where they're from? What is it? American or is it another country?
Another country. Well, originated from Germany
Okay.
originally, but of course they've shifted over in different places.
I mean, it don't matter. I mean, but
Well, it does matter. Here it is. See?
okay, Germany, United Kingdom, and the United States.
Yeah, that's what I said. But they originated in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Hence the name Heckler Koch. It's German.
Yeah, I never heard of them, but I'm if I happen to go to the show tomorrow, gun show tomorrow, I'm gonna go look and see if I can put my hand on one just to get a feel for it.
You may just get really happy with how they actually feel in the hand. No, seriously, because the one that you have, the American Duty, the Ruger, you're gonna realize that they're very, very similar. Okay, as you pointed out, down to the trigger,
Right.
the barrel, the hand grip, you're gonna realize that they're very, very close in similarities. I think the only difference is where it's actually made, and the interchangeable barrel.
Okay.
That may be the only difference.
Okay.
Because the Heckler Koch has the ability to switch out the barrel for a larger bore.
Yeah, I'm not too. I've taken mine apart. Of course, I could change the barrel, but it doesn't come with anything.
Okay.
It doesn't come with that. It does. In mine, it just has an interchangeable handle, and but that was my first firearm that I ever purchased.
Okay.
And that's where I learned. That's when I learned. Spent time learning how to shoot with that gun. And then when I first got a rifle, I started saying I don't want no handguns anymore.
Well, if we had to talk about your very, very first firearm, it's gonna be your pistol.
Yeah.
Mine was a 357 8-inch barrel, Dirty Harry style. Actually, I had the 12-inch barrel one. I'll never forget how long it took me to pull that joker out.
Why am I not surprised?
Then, of course, later, several years
I'm
later,
not surprised because when you said that, the first thing started running through my mind was that the H3 Hummer. I said, "Yeah, why am I not surprised?" Getting out the Hummer with a 357.
Well, that was before that.
No, I'm just joking around, but
No, I got you. It's all good. I had a 1976 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
okay, that's a Hummer.
When I had that 357, and
Was it the chrome one?
Huh?
Was it the chrome one or the black one?
Black.
Okay.
Black. Because I had to make sure that it wasn't seen because during those times I was not supposed to be having it. But unfortunately, where I was living at, they considered it part of your.
You're supposed to have one.
Yeah, you're supposed to have one because it's part of your ensemble.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But yeah,
Now, here's a good question now. Now that we're on the term of talking about handguns, would you prefer, or rather, would you like a revolver over a semi-automatic or automatic pistol?
All right. This is an easy one for me because I like pistols. All right. Okay. But I'm not a fan of revolvers. But okay. I know revolvers are actually a better gun. Like, all around, a revolver is a better gun to have. But I'm not a fan of revolvers.
Now, why from your point of view, of course, why is a revolver a better gun?
Reliability.
Okay.
That's the biggest one for me, is that, you know, you don't hear revolvers jamming. That is, outside of everything else, the reliability of it, and the, you know, of a revolver. I don't know if they're easier to control. I've shot revolvers. I don't know if they're easier to control, they're easier to aim, and nothing like that. But I just, the biggest thing for me is probably the reliability there.
Okay.
But the downside to me, revolvers is always revolved around the amount that you can put into it. Right. For me, I think that they're great guns to have. Honestly, to me, that's probably another good home defense firearm to have.
Okay.
In your home too. I just think I got a buddy of mine that's a revolver. Like he likes revolvers. He got pistols, but he leaned more towards a revolver than that. And he always like, man, why you don't like revolvers? Like, man, ain't I don't like them. Man, just I always look at it. If I ever get in a situation where I had to defend myself, I don't want it to be. If somebody had bad intentions to me, I don't want it to be fair for them. Meaning, I don't want to be in a situation when they say me. I want 17 rounds in mine. If I had to defend myself, I don't want one.
Right.
I want 17. I don't. My point is, if a person has bad intentions and they're trying to do some harm to me, I don't want to be fair for you because you already chose the situation to create this situation.
Right.
That's my whole point.
Okay.
So, as it relates to hunting or being accurate with guns and stuff like that, listen, if somebody's coming to do bad intentions, I don't want to be limited. I want, you know, because I'm not going to just boop boop boop. No, I'm boop 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 boop. I'm gonna do what Jasmine Crockett said. I'm gonna try to destroy the meat.
Destroy the meat. I got you.
I don't want to. I don't even think about stuff like that. But you know, in the back of your head, you always gotta know that the probabilities of somebody trying to do you harm is there.
Right.
But I don't think about it. I mean, honestly, I do not. When I wake up, or when it comes to firearms, I enjoy them.
Right.
Like that's the part I enjoy. I love going to the range. I enjoy, you know, I mean, shooting and stuff like that. Man, it's so much fun. It's like going to do it. Like for people that go to the gym and get a workout. It's like a workout. I enjoy it. It's a stress reliever for people. For me.
So I got to ask you this question because I know I had one, so I got to ask this question. If you had a revolver that we're talking about that has 8 bullets versus 6 bullets, and you have the ability to be precision, I mean to the fullest, you have the ability to one shot, one kill, knock down, never getting back up. Would you take an 8 shot over a 6 shot if you had that capability of training?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I want a revolver. I just lean towards the pistols. I just lean towards the pistol. But I do want a revolver. Actually, I want 2.
Okay.
But I want a matching set.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen, but not totally matching. Just some like a matching set that has some custom work done to it that's unique.
Just do me one favor.
What's
Don't
that?
buy a Stetson hat. Then we'll be all right.
Why not? I got
Because that's the only, no, that's the only time that I can say that most people have dual actual twin revolvers because they walk around with Stetson hats.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna walk around there. I'm gonna walk around with the Stetson hat. I'm gonna have twin revolvers on there, and I'm gonna have me a little speaker that play that wah, 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 wah.
I mean, that'd be a doozer. That'd be a doozer. I mean, that would definitely be a doozer because I remember back in the day, the biggest thing about having a revolver was having a pearl pistol grip.
Okay.
That was the big
Yeah.
thing. Be
Now,
pearl.
I think the look of revolvers I like the most.
I can't stand that silver nickel plated look.
No.
No. I want mine to be straight gunmetal black.
Oh, okay. I like chrome. I like the chrome one. I ain't gonna say the silver nickel.
Look, there's a reason why I don't like it. First of all, is because they correlated that damn stupid ass pistol with cowboys back in the day. Back in the day, they made a whole lot of cowboy and Indian toys, and the damn thing was silver nickel plated with white pearl handle. And I despised it ever since.
You mean you don't want the whole attire?
No, I always look for the. I always look
you want
for
to spin the barrel?
No. I used to break. I used to try to paint them every time somebody gave it to me as a gift. I used to paint them black because I didn't like that damn silver thing. But I always did like gunmetal black, and I would always say gunmetal matte black over any other color. As far as the pistol's concerned,
I like my black. I just like collection wise or just having certain things. I wanted variety of color now because I already have those. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as collecting, if you collect them, I totally agree. You should. Like, for example, or for the fact of the matter is, you need to get yourself the shotgun with the American flag on it as a collector's item. I agree.
I mean, it's going to go to the range, but
yeah, of course, it goes to the range. Yet it's not going to be for public display, as one would say.
Right. Yeah. I like so that's really just because of I got a couple of black rifles. I got a couple of black handguns. My shotguns are the only ones that are actually black. All my shotguns are the ones that varies from the color because the one shotgun is like silver and black, and then the one I just got, which is that
olive drab. That's olive drab.
Huh?
That's called olive drab.
Oh yeah, it's definitely drab.
It is to replicate if you're in the woods. It is to replicate the foliage so that you won't be seen.
Yeah, no, but you know what, Jay? Honestly, that I like that gun though.
I know you do.
Yeah, I like it. I
know you do. The reason why I know you do is because the day you took it to the range, you made sure that your shoulder knew what the job was required of the shoulder.
Yeah, I think I did about 25
more rounds. I think if you had more rounds, you would have lasted another hour and a half in that place.
Yeah. But when you start, listen, I shot slugs. Slugs are expensive.
Yes.
I didn't go in there and get. That range won't let you shoot bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they say it's hard for them to clean it up. Like this, that gun range is very a little up.
Okay.
Prestige. But they'll let you shoot but so they only want you shooting buckshot or what's your name? Slugs.
Right.
But the reason why I got slugs, I wanted something heavy going through it. Because I wanted to see how well it worked.
Of course. That's the purpose of doing it.
Yeah, I really wasn't, I wanted to abuse it.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to abuse
if I shot 35, if I ran 35 slugs through there, and it hasn't given me any issues, and we good.
And that's what it's supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to run it hard because
so
that's what it's designed for. That reason.
Right.
That's what it's designed.
Like I said, so if somebody was, for me personally, if you're looking for a semi-automatic gun, I mean, I like my other one. I mean, it's 2-fed and it's semi-automatic.
Right.
But it just, I wanted that magazine fed.
Right.
Which I feel like if I had to drop a clip, get another one. But now I want the 10. I want to get my hands on the 10 round mags.
Okay.
I know they have them. I got to get my hands on them. So the extended mags. But other than that, man, that thing was when if you ever get ready to go get your hands on one, you're gonna enjoy that.
Well, I got to be honest. I have no intentions of getting any semi-automatics.
Yeah.
I love my pumps. I'll take a pump any day.
Just so y'all know, he's not talking about pumps like shoes.
Yeah, I'm not talking about shoes. I'm talking about the beautiful thing that has a slug in it.
Yeah. Pump.
Exactly. That would knock a person 40 feet behind whatever they thought was and knock them into yesterday.
You know, a pump is so cool when you're shooting them, though.
It is.
They cool.
It is.
Now, the other one, really, people think it's a pump the way it's made.
Yeah.
The other one looks like it, but it's not a pump.
Of that.
Yeah, but it's not a pump. It's a semi-automatic. It's, that's semi-automatic, too.
For me, I believe, I like the intimidating factor. When you hear that, did I just, you heard it.
Yeah, you just heard
you know what's next, right?
About to go down.
There's no coming back after that.
But he ain't going to do he wanted to do this.
Well, I ain't doing that. No, I'm because once I turn,
boom,
you better be gone.
But,
gone. And I could turn pretty fast.
I don't have no pumps. I don't have no shotgun pumps.
I love pumps. I'll take pumps every single day, up against any semi-automatic.
Yeah, I watched a guy use a pump, and they was comparing a pump to a semi-automatic, like timing wise, like how fast can you get off another shot and stuff. Of course, the semi-automatic won.
Of course,
but it wasn't. The difference in timing wasn't that much that it would matter.
It's not. It's not.
So when somebody says, "Oh, I'm gonna get a semi-automatic because it's faster," yeah, it's a split-second difference,
right?
But it's not. In my opinion, it wouldn't make. I just want a semi-automatic because I'm lazy.
I tell you like this. I saw the lady that I had up last segment. She put up another video of her firing a semi-automatic shotgun 12 gauge with a silencer on it. I gotta tell you like this. That's gotta be the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Put a silencer on a shotgun. Okay.
Why are you trying to silence a shotgun? You know what I mean?
Why even create it is the better question. Because you're still gonna hear the boom in it.
Yeah, the sound is the whole beauty of it. That's
exactly.
Music
it's the sound. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like all right, now you're gonna get his recoil and no noise. All right. Why are you jerking back and all you boof? Like and you jerk. Nah.
I mean,
listen, I look at that like, listen, people like electric cars, but I look at that as the same as somebody buying an electric car but putting that motor speaker in there for it to sound like they got an engine.
That's retarded.
That's disgusting.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
So before we close out, one last question.
Yeah, sure.
Because the fat man getting hungry.
That food must smell good.
It's been driving me a while. I had it marinating for several hours already, so it's like it should be fall off the bone.
Bro.
As far as cleaning your weapons, what would, as far as you, because you have a various selection. How often do you clean your weapons?
All right, if if I haven't used them, because there are times that I don't have to use them, in a span of let's say 3 months, if I haven't used them in 3 months, I clean them.
Okay.
Anytime I'm getting ready to go to the range, if I know I'm going to the range, I always clean them before I go to the range.
Right.
Always.
Good practice. Good practice.
Yeah, I clean them down and I oil them down because I don't want no problem when I get to the range of jamming and stuff like that. So that is 100% of the time. Anytime I know I'm about to go to the range, everything that whatever is going to that range, I usually clean everything. But even at minimum, I'm going to clean and take whatever it is I go to the range with. Right. I'm going to do what I got to do with it, clean it out and oil it down, and go to the range. I always clean it. I'm gonna say every 3 months. That can vary from month to month. I mean, only because this is what I always say is this, especially your home defense stuff.
Right.
Whatever it is you keep, that's the one that I make sure that I keep good. Yeah. Now, the stuff that's packed away, maybe not so often.
Right. No,
I mean, like the stuff behind me is always packed away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't need it clean. That's all. You don't need it clean.
I don't need to clean it all. So that might be months before I touch it, or before I go to the range, I'll clean it. But whatever it is, like my everyday carry, now that's also true. The everyday carry should be cleaned every 3 weeks. The one that you carry with you everywhere you go, every 3 weeks that should be cleaned out. Right. Because the contaminants in the air, you're sitting down, getting up, going to stores, whatever it could be, it's the environment that's around you. Yes. I think that cleaning it every three weeks is a very big thing. Make sure you oil it. Make sure it's lubricated. Right. At the end of the day, clean it and make sure it's lubricated. And if you got a pistol, make sure it's clean and lubricated. Because if you don't make sure it's lubricated, metal rubbing against metal is the worst thing you can have. You're going to have gun jam. It's going to happen. And this is why I thank God these dumb idiots that's out there doing reckless stuff. And when they get gun jams, you be glad that they don't know what they're doing because of the fact that they don't clean and oil their firearm. And you know that they don't have no clue.
Yeah.
And here you're absolutely right. Like I said, the ones that I keep with me on my everyday, those are the ones that I do on a regular basis because of the fact that here's the thing. Oil dries up after a while.
This is true.
And then if you oil it, you got to understand something about oil. Like he said, dust particles.
Yep.
Because there's oil in there, it's going to pick it up and it's going to clink to it and it's going to hold it.
Yep.
So that's why you definitely want to go through, get you a good gun cleaning kit and make sure you once in a while get you some pads, gun cleaning pads and oil and stuff like that. I think it's packed away right now because I know I got to do something. I got a big box.
Right.
I think it's like 5,000 when I oil pads and stuff like that. That I take the rifles, I take them apart and stuff like that.
Right.
And I clean out the barrel chambers, everything, and then all of the inner workings as much as possible and stuff like that. And if you got some and you don't know how, there's so many videos to show you how to do it online.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something funny. I was told many moons ago. This is how I was told by it. If you have a weapon or a firearm, when you change the oil in your car, clean out your firearm, clean out your weapon.
Right.
That's the easiest way to remember because they both need oil. Again, metal and metal, like you said.
Hopefully, because some people don't change the oil regularly.
Carbon buildup. Yeah, well, carbon buildup is even worse.
Yeah.
Carbon buildup is worse because if you get so much carbon in there,
right,
and that damn bullet comes out, and that explosion happens, which we know what happens with carbon and explosions, you're gonna get this face full of something that you weren't ready for. And 9 out of 10, you can say bye-bye to your weapon.
But yeah, it's that's my thing. Is just why I clean my and that's the reason why I keep mine's like my everyday carry. I keep that more regular than anything else.
Right.
The stuff that stays packed away that I don't use on a regular, it might be months go by before I do it. But if I know I'm going to be taking it to the range,
right,
everything is broken down. I'll do that maybe a few days before I get ready to go to the range, break everything down, clean it, put it away. You know what I mean? And just so it'd be good and ready. So when I hit the range, and listen, I've never had a gun jam.
Congrats.
Never once. And then I ran through thousands of ammunition.
I'm not able to say that.
I went to the range and I ran through
I learned the hard way. Let's say like that. I learned the hard way.
But see that's just only because of that reason. Now here's the thing, my buddy, the one that's the police officer,
right?
He had stuff there, but his stuff wasn't clean, and that was the difference. He was like, "Man, you ain't had no issues out of none of your stuff." He said, "I when I went actually over to him and looked at his gun, I said, bro, this thing is dry, like you're on nothing." And I went, pulled out. I said, "Listen, you really need to clean it, but we just gonna oil it now." And threw a little bit of oil in there, lubricated up. He had no problems out of it. And I said, "Now, if you're cleaning the oil, this is what you get." I said, "The reason why my stuff is running like it's running is because I clean it and I make sure I oil it down and everything." And I said, because the last thing you need is gun jam, especially in an emergency situation where you have to defend yourself and you're trying to defend yourself with a dry gun.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say the dirty side to it, but yeah. That'd be for next week.
That'd be for next week.
That'd be next week's segment.
No, I enjoyed the segment, man. It was a pretty good show. Pretty good show.
Listen, it's always going to be a great show. It's always going to be a great show when you on, I'm on, and we just having fun with what we're talking about.
Talk about firearms, talk about gun content or whatever. And honestly speaking, like I said, you just brought something to me. Now I'm going to go.
Check it out. I mean, again, just see if they have it. If they have it, just get an idea what it is. So you can hear the comparisons and pros and cons behind it. I mean, I did it. So, again, I've always leaned towards Heckler & Koch ever since I was first introduced to it, back many, many moons ago. So I would just say weigh your odds this way moving forward. If there's a pistol in mind because, of course, what you have now, that Ruger American, that is one pretty baby, okay? Yeah, I know how you are, or rather, I have a very good idea of how you are. You like to collect and you like to have multiples that may just multiple your idea into something different.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it, and if I go to the range, to the gun show tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna ask to see if anybody got anything around it that I can actually pick up, and then it kind of gives me some reason when I go what to look for when I go. That way, I get a feel for it in my hand.
Right. Exactly.
My buddy Sean I forget what the gun is, but I'm gonna find out from him when I get a chance to. He has a Smith & Wesson. I forget what it was, man. But I'll tell you, I know he spent some money on that gun because just the way it looked alone, but the way it felt in your hand.
Right.
That I have yet to pick up a gun that felt. Listen, I got my own stuff.
Right.
The one that he had, it was a Smith & Wesson something. I forget what it was, but the way it felt in my hand, man. It felt like it was supposed to be. That's how comfortable the thing was. It was like, wow.
And those are rares. Those are rare.
Man, you might not make it back home with this gun.
That's what happened with the Heckler & Koch with me.
Yeah, actually, I got video. It might be in the video, one of the old videos of me and Sean. It's an old videos on my page with me and him shooting. Sean's he's a white guy. Sean, he's from Jersey, and he's another guy that got cool with me from YouTube and stuff, man. But come to find out, he was Philly, and he had, he was close. He was from Philadelphia and stuff like that. He was in Jersey, and we just kind of got cool. Me, him, and Am hung out once, and me and him been fishing a couple of times. Whatever, went to the range a couple of times. He cool dude, real cool. And and then when he brought his stuff to the range, I was that handgun, man. That thing was. I was like, you rich people make me sick.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah, man. Have a good night, man. Enjoy your food, brother.
Same. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Mm-hmm. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your rest. You're due for it.
Yeah.
I will be late on Sunday, just to get a heads up.
No, that's so cool.
Show. And because I got a couple other projects I got to take care of in the morning.
Okay.
And looking forward to that as well. And as always, always a pleasure to do a collab with you, and a pleasure to actually make the OG network something to watch, something to hear.
Yeah.
And Firearm Fridays, I enjoy it very much, and I'll bring some content for next Friday.
I appreciate you, YSO0.
That you might like.
Yeah, YSO0, we appreciate you very much. You know what I mean? And if anybody on this live, and here's the thing, you know, we that are gun people, like, you know, gun head or whatever, and we invite, if you come and you got some gun conversation that you want to have and you want to have Republican, we invite
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, we invite you. You're welcome to join the show if you come in on the live, whatever. But understand what I said. You got to see your face. We're not letting you in if we don't see your face.
That's
and
correct.
It got to stay on.
And if you're a woman that likes guns, even more the merrier. If you're a woman that likes guns, come on through.
Yeah, come on through. So it doesn't really matter. We know help educators, because honestly speaking, there's a lot that we know. There's a lot that we don't know. It's probably more that we don't know than do know. And that's why we're trying to do is share the information. And we're trying to help people become more comfortable around the gun conversation.
This is true.
And that's real. And that's the goal here also, is to help people become more comfortable with the gun conversation and understand why we have firearms in America and why our Constitution is written the way it's written. And, you know, and the other thing is, so people come, it's like a taboo sometimes. People say, oh, guns are so dangerous. No, it's not. It's really not.
Right. It's not. It's the person. The person that holds it is a dangerous one. Just like a car.
Right. So
the person behind the wheel is the one that's dangerous.
That's why me and my brothers doing the show, and that's why me and Fat Chachula are doing the show, and we're gonna continue this thing on, and hopefully we looking to learn too. We don't know it.
Absolutely.
We open to the knowledge, open to people's experience and stuff like that, and we're gonna go from here. So hopefully y'all come in next week, 7:00 p.m. Make sure y'all check out Firearm Friday.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
7 p.m.
And for those that are still here, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure Sunday we got our Fracas show coming up, and y'all already know if you haven't been on the Fracas show, you should be on the Fracas show. That's the best, funniest show on North. I don't care what nobody say. I'll argue that down with nobody. Fracas ain't nothing better. I know y'all want to watch football, NFL. Screw all that. Come watch the Fracas show. It's better.
That's right. Come by for the laughs. That's right.
But with that said, we're gonna get ready to get about it. Any last words, my brother?
As always, a pleasure to see you, brother. Always a pleasure to do the collab with you, and welcome arms with you every single time. I'll stand toe to toe with you against anybody and everybody. Okay, because in this channel, the Fatacular Show, Ron's opinion does matter.
Appreciate that. He lying to y'all. He don't really.
Until Sunday, we shall see each other again.
All right, my brother. Have a good night. And everybody else have a good night. Make sure y'all hang around for the 30-second commercial, just in case y'all need some wonderful hair care products, skin care products, or wonderful candles. We out of here. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.